we're almost out of time. And I guess before we stop, I would like to know what you're planning to do this weekend.
I'm pretty well decided I'm going to spend the weekend alone.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
I guess so. I have the cats to keep me company.
I know. And, you know, it's totally up to you. It's just that, what was it, like weekend before last? That was the weekend you told me that you had strong suicidal feelings while you were home alone all weekend.
I'm beyond that now.
Okay. Like I say, it's up to you, and we do have to stop. So, see you next Wednesday.
All right, thank you.
Take care. Here.
I can do it myself.
Okay. But we should talk about this next week.
You'll never believe what happened.
What?
So you know, I've been telling you about the guy who lives down the hall from me.
Yeah, the guy with the cats.
Yeah.
He and I chat when we get our mail sometimes. In any case, he knocked on my door and he asked me in kind of a self-conscious way if I would mind pet sitting for him next week when he was gone for 3 days. He said that he knew I had cats too, and he was hoping that I would look in on the cats and make sure the litter box was clean and that the cats were fed. He's kind of irresistible.
Okay.
And I was actually tickled that he thought of me to do this. I mean, he must have a pretty high opinion of me as he would trust his cats to me.
I mean, it sounds like it. It's probably a good development for you. You know, I hate to interrupt because I know this is really important to you, but I think that we really need to talk about what happened last week at the end of the session.
What?
You don't remember?
No. Why?
Well, you went over to the door and you exploded in anger at me and walked out and slammed the door.
Oh, that. I don't see any point in it. I'm not like that today. I'm feeling good.
Well, I still think we probably should talk about it anyway.
I really don't want to.
I know you don't, but let me try to explain why I think we should. See, I think it's important for your therapy that we try to take the parts of you that you feel like are, you know, not me, and put those parts together with the person, you know, sitting in that chair right now. Because after all, you are the same person.
Okay. What do you want to talk about? I don't even remember the details.
Well, you walked to the door, you got your arm stuck in your sleeve while you were trying to put your coat on, and I went over and, you know, lifted the back of your coat to help you out.
Well, that really wasn't necessary. I could probably have done it myself.
I know that, but you got very emotional about it. Now, what it made me think after you left was this must remind you of some situation from your past or somebody else, and I must have triggered that memory.
I don't know. I guess it felt like you were being like my mother.
Well, I mean, what do you mean specifically about your mother?
She treats me like a baby, and she doesn't think that I can do anything for myself. I really don't want to talk about this anymore. You're not my mother, and I like seeing you.
I know, but just hold on for a second here, because this is very important, I think. You know, right before you exploded, I was asking you if you were going to be okay alone in your apartment all weekend. Now, did that remind you of your mom?
I don't know. Maybe.
Now, Marjorie, can you imagine that there could be other reasons that I would help you with your coat, except besides babying you like your mom?
I suppose so. It just seemed like that to me.
Well, I know it seemed like that to you, but what I'm saying is, can you imagine there could be different perspectives on why I did that, other than yours?
I guess so. I really don't want to think about this anymore.
I know you don't, and I can imagine why you wouldn't want to discuss this at all.
What do you mean?
Well, if you really acknowledge that the angry, not me part of you is part of the same person sitting there right now, you're probably worried that that angry part of you is going to drive me away, and then you'd, be left all alone without a therapist.
Who would want to be around somebody like that?
Well, I know this worries you a lot.
What do you mean?
Well, that you might lose me.
But you're not going anywhere, right?
That's right, I'm not.
Good.